Alright everyone, it's time for the first May garden update here. There's a lot to do, but not so much with the flower gardens because nothing really has come up yet. Everything just got watered, and there are actually a few seedlings, but I don't think you'll be able to see much actually in this bed particularly. But you will be able to see the cabbages because those have come up. Let me just find a couple. Those are cabbage seedlings. Now they look very similar to the mustard seedlings, and there are some coming up in the corner where the lettuce and spinach actually are. But the big thing that's been changed is that these two beds here are now done. These are going to have tomatoes, peppers, and some random other things. What I'm thinking is that this will be double rows of tomatoes, and so it'll be roughly with these, you can see there will be roughly 9 per row. They'll be able to fit the smaller ones, and I'm thinking 2 groups actually on either side. Basically cherry and grape in one area, and then the Roma, which is a sauce tomato. It's, you know, basically only good for sauces and pastes, and then the common sandwich tomatoes, maybe beefsteaks, in the other. The other bed though is going to have 1 row actually of peppers, again about maybe 10 actually of peppers, 2 5 pieces. One will be Anaheim, the other will be Sweet Bell. I'm not a fan of the hotter peppers for most purposes. It becomes superfluous for a lot of things, but these got amended with 6 bags apiece of a manure humus mix instead of being raised, and then about 1/3 of a bale apiece of the peat moss, and that helps retain moisture, doesn't add much else to the soil. And then you can see all of these pots are definitely full. Those are going to get flowers, but there are already catnip. And then all of the herbs have been planted. These are all the herbs that'll need actually to be put in. These are thyme, oregano, sweet mint, some cilantro, some parsley, chives, basil, purple basil, fennel, and then oregano and I think a couple others, and then the row of chamomile there. But they're all coming up well. We're not supposed to get another even light frost. Now it should stay above 40 degrees every night. But here's the big expansion for the year actually, and this is something I wasn't expecting to even do. This one area is going to be amended probably by 4 or 5 bags of garden soil raised bed mix. Just something quick and cheap. And that sedum is going to be split in half, put in the corners. All of these perennials will be moved there. That is a couple lilies, couple iris plants, some of these purple bushes, I don't remember what they are, and then if it comes up, which I hope it does, the gas plant, the Dictamnus alba, false dittany actually it's called, and I'm going to put it in here. These lilacs have been taken out. This will be about a 2-foot path in the middle, and then this tree will be on its own. It's got hostas all around it, so that'll have to be on its own. And I removed this lower branch actually. You can probably see even the rings on there. And that'll give you some indicators for those of you who are interested in sort of the arboreal side. And I had to remove this actually because it had split. That had to be sawn off. But the tree actually looks better now. Should hold up against storms. Should be good for a few years. This branch there will be the next one that has to go probably. It's low hanging. It's kind of in the way of the path, but that'll take a few years. So this as well is going to be raised up. What I was thinking for this is once it's expanded, putting in several rows of asparagus, because I like asparagus, which most people find odd. I don't think it's bitter or anything at all, so I actually love it, so I'm going to put that in. And then these 2 beds still have to be done, you know. And you can see the difference in the color and texture between the bed that was dug and the bed that hasn't been dug yet. And it is a little bit windy, you're probably hearing a little bit of that. And then the back has to be tilled up. The only thing left to do then is this one area, which is going to be full of Nicotiana, but I've got to actually take the hoe and you know, maul that out, and that should be enough Nicotiana for the year. They don't have a problem with growing within our growing season. You may have noticed this packed with about 6 inches of straw, and then, you know, almost as much stratum above. This is going to have some probably grape tomatoes and just a few herbs and other random things. It's just sort of a planter garden. And I moved the, of course, this over here because it's a little bit foul actually in the bottom, even though there are drainage holes. So the garden is looking definitely a lot better now than it has. And it's going to look even better next year. It's going to be expanded a good 20 feet out that way with the composter. That's about all. Peace out.